and I'm in the chat as well, so please don't hate that much. Okay, so Mega Man 9, it's a video game, and Jack will start off with Concrete Man, like always. And the question why Concrete is pretty obvious. Concrete is a pretty fast Buster fight, probably the second fastest in Mega Man 9, and his weapon is really strong, and that's basically it. The stage is really simple. Right now Jack will be doing some basic platforming, and he will approach the mini-boss of the stage. 3 mini-bosses, 3 lovely pausas with those 3 elephants. Every elephant takes 15 hits, 45 hits in total. It's a bit annoying when grinding this game. Okay. I think Jack is a bit nervous. So, if someone is not familiar with this game, I think there is like one person not familiar with this game, but there is no slide, there is no charge, Mega Man 2 style, back to its roots, and the music is freaking awesome. Every track is at least good, but most of them are great or amazing, and if you think otherwise, you are just a madman. So, Concrete Man, it's an amazing fight, and it's pretty tricky, and it's my favorite fight in the classic Mega, actually. He can either charge, shoot concrete, or jump, and Jack stays close to him, so he manipulates his shot as well. And that was it. That was a pretty good fight. Now, Concrete Weapon is an amazing weapon. It basically deals 3 Buster damage, and it will be very useful in incoming Magma stage. Concrete is not Magma's weakness, but the weapon is so useful in the stage that Jack will still go to Magma second. And the Magma stage is probably the hardest Age Robo, and in my opinion it's maybe the second hardest stage in the game, depending on how crazy you want to go with the strats. So now Jack is using concrete, and he's doing those small concrete zips. You will just zip few pixels forward. Okay, Jack is taking a bit safe approach to the stage, which is smart, but I still have to call him out, you know. So you can use concrete to freeze those lava beams, and then you can go under them. Okay, Dragon, mini-boss, 15 hits. Nice, so only 5 concrete shots. Jack was a bit trigger happy, so he shot 6 times, but it's better to shoot 1 more time than only 4 times, and then you hate your life. Now the next screen. It's a screen full of lava beams. Jack will freeze most of them. Oh, he did it! So, oh, yo, that was actually a sick backup. Okay. So, first of all, he did a lava beam zip. It's a pixel perfect trick. If you move 1 pixel too far, you'll just die. If you will be 1 pixel, like 1 pixel to the left, you will just not zip and lose 2 seconds. So that was really risky to go for, but he still did, and that was awesome. And next he did some really cool backup with the last lava beam. Okay, and that was a Magma fight. I completely missed it just because he went for those crazy strats. Freaking madman. Magma is a cool fight, cool Buster fight as well. In Mega Man 9 and 10, Buster fights are really cool just because bosses have really short iframes, 20 iframes, and the fights are so dynamic. It's always a good watch. So now, Hornet. You can either do Galaxy 2nd, 3rd or 4th. It's a bit safer approach to do Galaxy 4th or Galaxy after Hornet, just because you will get Hornet weapon, Hornet Chaser, and it can be useful Galaxy stage as well. So about Hornet stage, it's a cool song, some basic platforming. You will see Coil a lot in most of the stages, and Hornet is not an exception. And Jack is approaching a mini-boss of the stage. It's a flower mini-boss, and it's pretty random, okay? That was the second best, but the most risky pattern. Flower can spawn in 5 different positions, and 2 of them are the best. This one was the second best, and there was left flower and right flower, and they are around 2 seconds slower. Again, Jack will be using concrete at the end of the stage. He'll do some small zips here and there. Here is a cool trick. He will freeze this flower and skip the last platforming session and switch to Magma Bazooka to... Oh, that was really cool. That was a no-stop Big Mama kill. And yes, that's the name of that Stomper enemy, Big Mama. It's an official name. And Magma is a weakness of Hornet, of Hornet Man. And that was a great fight. And that fight is a bit trickier than it looks. You cannot stand too close to Hornet, and you cannot stand too far. And there's some weird glitch when you hit Hornet with 2 different shots on the same frame, and the damage will stack. So there's some magic in that fight, and that was a pretty much perfect fight. Okay, so now Galaxy Man. Again, cool song and a really cool stage with some nice gimmicks. First, you have some lovely walking simulator. Oh, Jack, please. Corner jumps. Okay, some iframes. Oh, Jack actually went for the harder strat. That was a cool coil usage there. Oh, this is cool. He used coil to get this enemy is a gimmick of the stage, and he's supposed to drag you to the spikes, but we are actually using him to move faster and jump over the spikes. So you actually want to be grabbed by that enemy as fast as possible, and we use coil to do that. Again, this is a checkpoint room, and then we will see some more coil action just to skip this platforming. Coil and jet are so useful in this game. You will use them basically in most rooms. And of course, we want to stick with coil or jet later as much as possible, just to avoid extra menus, because menu in this game will take around 80 frames, so it's not the worst, but it still hurts. Okay, and this is a very risky room. Okay, and that's basically the best strat. So you want to be grabbed by that guy, concrete spray in the screen, and that was Galaxy Man stage. Only fight and fight. Okay, Galaxy Man is a pretty random boss. You should basically see only 3 different patterns. Yo! Okay, so that was the best possible pattern. It's 1 in the 4 chances. That was the double swoop. And the difference between the worst pattern, which is 1 in 2, and this was the best 1 in 4, It's around 6.7 seconds, so it's a pretty big deal when grinding this game. And Jack actually got the best pattern. Right now he's on really good pace. He's around +5 on his PB, so really cool play. Okay, Jewel Man. This is the best 8 Robo song. And this second screen, the long screens, are really tricky. If you will use only Buster, you have to do some difficult shots to manipulate those card enemies. Okay, on those screens, Jack will use Hornet Chaser, which is the best weapon in Mega Man 9, of course, just to kill the spiders and to set up an early hits in this mini boss, which is a cheese ball, lovely cheese ball. And okay, so that was really unlucky. Cheese ball can spawn basically in all those positions in the ceiling, and we are looking for the cheese ball on the right, just to be closer to the door. And that was basically the second worst cheese ball. But it doesn't lose that much time, unless you are going for world record, then every second counts, and it was definitely around 1 second time loss. Okay, and this is the last long screen. A bit small miss menu, and Jack switched to Black Hole Bomb just to finish those enemies. And now he will use Black Hole Bomb for Jewel Man fight, and there is a small glitch when using Black Hole. Okay, and Jack got it. Basically, when your Black Hole position is correct, for some reason, Jewel's iframes will cancel immediately, and he will get hit multiple times, and that way Jack basically damaged Jewel 5 times with only one Black Hole Bomb. And Black Hole Bomb takes forever to use again, so you need those hits to be fast. And that was a perfect fight. That was a fight introduced by Mega Man 9 TAS in 2014, I think. Okay, Plugman stage. It's a really interesting stage because here Yoku blocks are introduced to Mega Man 9, and the whole stage is on cycles. So one cycle takes around 3 seconds. So if the stage is perfect, you will hit exactly this Yoku cycle, and it's important because now Jack can use Jet, which he got after beating 5 stages, and then he can skip most of those Yoku cycles. And in case of some mistakes, he would either have to improvise or wait for another cycle. Okay, that was a bit tricky, Jet. This is the long Yoku section. You definitely don't want to die here, like I did during my ESA run. Oh, actually I died later, but yeah, I had to do this Yoku section. And you have just enough Jet to finish this stage. You'll use it here. Now in this small last section, again with Yoku blocks and those annoying enemies. Okay, and Jack is through. And now the most important trick in the game. Yo, and Jack got it. So that was a big mama jump. That was the most important part of Mega Man 9 speedruns. It's a 3-frame window, so it's not that bad, but it's not easy either. And Plugman is basically a joke when it comes to the fight. So I would give Jack a round of applause for that big mama jump. Hopefully you guys are clapping right now, because that was sick. And actually Big Mama can give you 2 different patterns, and that was the 3-frame window for that jump. And there is a second pattern, which is, it is known to be a frame perfect jump, but I believe sometimes it's not even a frame perfect. Based on some subpixels, you cannot even make that jump sometimes, so that's cool. Okay, Splashman stage. Splashman, sorry, Splashwoman. I'm sorry. Okay, so Splash is a really cool stage. It's the only stage in Mega Man 9 speedruns without an RNG. It has a great song. Okay, so Jack is now approaching the pretty cool bubble skip, just like in Mega Man 5, but the difference is this one is much easier, even though I don't run Mega Man 5, I can imagine. So those small bubbles will pop pretty immediately, so Jack will use Jet to just move past another screens, and that was basically perfect. He didn't ride the big bubbles, he used a combination of Jet and small bubbles just to be fast as possible. And now Jack will stay for the next 7 screens, like 5 screens, with Jet, just to skip all those platforms. Oh no! Oh god, that was pretty close. So yeah, this is a bit scary. Jet jumps are definitely not easy. Oh my god, Jack. This is fine. Okay, I'm a bit nervous. I mean, I'm not nervous. I know Jack knows what he's doing. Okay, he's through. So, jet jumps are definitely not easy in this game. Or in Mega Man 10. You just have to get used to them. But especially if there are some comfy spikes, when you miss jet jump, it's always a bit nerve-wracking. But yeah, he survived, and that's important. Okay, Splash fight it's a bit tricky fight, just because you have to use Hornet Chaser, and Hornet Chaser is, as we all know, the best weapon in Mega Man 9, and you just have to manipulate Bees by your position just to hit her as soon as possible. And it's not an easy task by any means. But yeah, even though Jack lost some time, it's still deathless. And deathless in this game is it's not free. Definitely not free when it comes to marathon runs or races. So, last 8 Robo, Tornado Man, again, great song, and Jack will use Coil and Jet through basically all the stage, throughout the whole stage. And now I think he will go for some crazy strat here. So the old strat was to just ride Jet under those platforms. Okay, I have to be quiet because I'm too nervous. Okay, so that was a really risky strat to go for in the marathon run. Basically, that was a strat developed by Nero. Nero had a world record in this game back in 2015, or was it 16? I think it was 16. So basically, Nero started to do some crazy batteries jumps, or at the start of the stage, just to save some jet ammo for the end of the stage. Yes, Nero the Celeste Runner. So Jack went for it, and right now he can use Jet in this screen, and the rain pushes you backwards, so you want to stay on the ground as much as possible, just to be as fast as possible on the screen, but thankfully being on Jet counts as being on the ground. And here is the opposite. Rain pushes you forwards. Okay, Jack, what are you doing right now? Jack, I'm nervous. I have no idea what was that, but thankfully Jack is through, and it's still deathless. He just he just scared the shit out of me. Yo, and that was the best tornado pattern, aka Tornado Bro, as Jack calls it. Yes, that was definitely a tornado manic. So tornado is a pretty annoying boss fight. He can do a few different things. He can go up. He can stay close to the ceiling, in the middle, high in the middle. He can go up, quickly go down, and then go up again. And you can waste, let's just say, around 5 seconds compared to the best pattern. And Jack got the best pattern. Okay, so after all, it's still a deathless Mega Man 9 run, so that's really impressive, definitely, especially with some of those mistakes. Okay, and Wily 1, great song. Wily stages are pretty long. Okay, Jack took a bit safe stop there, just to avoid getting hit. So Wily stages are pretty long, they are pretty hard, and yeah. So he will again use a lot of jet and coil in this stage, just to skip all those platformings. Now he will switch to coil. There are some different strats in this stage that you can do. You can stick on jet, or basically coil jet, or even some buster strats, but no one does it. Okay, now is the rematch with the dragon, but now he will coil up. Yo, and that was a great fight. Thanks to having coil out, you can coil up and hit the dragon as soon as possible with concrete. And again, you have to time concrete. Okay, those screens are pretty... they are a bit scary, but you know, Jack is through again. That was some good platforming. If your jet jumps are not good, you are just dead. So that's good. It's good that that didn't happen. Oh, okay. Calm down, Jack. Okay. So now Wily 1 boss incoming. So the famous spike pushers, R and B. You have to include R and B. And this is the worst fight in Mega Man 9 definitely, and one of the worst fights in classic Mega's history. You have to push those spikes into the pushers, and that's basically it, but you cannot mash, you have to time your shots, and then they will push their... it's just a terrible fight, and you have to speedrun Mega Man 9 just to suffer. I think, like I did, like Jack is suffering right now, but he was using some really cool strats. So he did a combination of starting with Buster, then he switched to Plug, and then he finished with Tornado, and that's pretty cool. And some people are opting for some different strats, but that was definitely a very good fight for Jack. Okay, Wily 2, best song in Mega Man Classic, of course. We all know that, and you cannot basically argue. Okay, so Wily 2 is a really hard stage. You use jet a lot as a platform at the start, and now Jack will switch to concrete just to use it as a platform. He will use it as a platform here. This screen is really cool. Okay, and now the 4-frame jump. Okay, easy. No tiptoeing. And rematch with the flower. And that was the left flower pattern, the second worst. So basically no good luck there. Okay, and the underwater section in Wily 2 is again pretty scary. Spikes everywhere, enemies everywhere. And we have one more scary jump incoming. And again, it's a 4-frame window, so in theory, it shouldn't be that bad, but you know, in the race setting, on pace, okay? Okay, that was that was the 4-frame window. So in the race setting or in marathon setting, it can go bad. Okay, now we will see some more coil action. Jack will try to skip as many of those ladders as possible. Okay, he will use coil on this ladder, and hopefully he will not fall down. Okay, that's good, because then when you fall down there, you just have to climb up, and you are just using the extra time wondering about your life and the meaning of speedrunning Mega Man 9, but thankfully that didn't happen. And Jack is now to Wily 2 boss, which is Mega Mech Shark, a 3-part boss, and all 3 parts are thankfully weak to the same weapon, which is Trident. Trident is a really cool weapon. It pierces through enemies and stays in them while the iframes are out, so you can time your shots really easily with this weapon. Okay, the middle part is pretty tricky, if you want to avoid getting hit by the spikes and enemies. And the head is pretty random. Okay, that was the slow opening pattern. And that was okay, so that was the worst possible head pattern. Head can open basically fast or slow, and that was double slow. But again, it's still deathless, and that's really impressive. Wily 1 and Ore 2 they are not a joke. Okay, Wily 3. It's a stage with some. It's a combination. In this stage, we have some combination of really slow parts and really scary parts. So right now we have the slow part. So this lovely auto scroller, which is completely free compared to, I don't know, Mega Man 10. There is no threat whatsoever. And to move on the screen you have to shoot, and you can spend those few seconds to dance like Jack is doing right now, like every Mega Man 9 runner should do. Okay, a bit scary jump here. Okay, easy for Jack, no fear, no stop. Now some tricky room incoming with those jaws here. Let's see what Jack will be doing. Okay, he did the Joe kill. It's a pretty tough strat. You have to be pretty close to Joe to shoot through his shield, and you have to time your first shots. It's a mess if you miss it, so props to Jack for getting that. Now, on the next screen, he will grab an M-Tank using this enemy from Galaxy Man stage. And I think he will use M-Tank as soon as possible. Yes, and that's basically the fastest possible strat, using the M-Tank as soon as possible, just because you will refill as least ammo as possible in this point, then later. And Jack will use Trident in this section, and it's a pretty risky strat. Okay, let's see. Okay, and Jack took this part a bit slow. One can say smart, but I will say slow, of course. I have to call him out, sorry Jack, but you know what you were up to when you asked me to do this commentary, sorry. But yeah, he survived again, and that's a good thing. And now we have the Devil boss. And to kill this boss you have to use Black Hole Bomb. And Black Hole Bomb is a terrible weapon. Okay, nice! That was... Okay, that's actually sick, because Jack... Jack got one cycle one cycle Devil, which is a pretty tough fight. You have to pause and mash shoot of black holes and your timing has to be perfect, and you have to just know what you are doing. And okay, really, I would give Jack a round of applause, of course, for that. And if you miss one cycle, you lose. Just hate your life. You hate your life a lot when speedrunning this game. Now when I think about it, but you should still do it. Okay, now Wily 4, the last stage. Both Refights and the Wily are in here, and Jak will do some galaxy manipulation. Okay, so basically, how does it work? The RNG starts counting from the frame you enter the stage, and it's always the same. Oh, he missed it. That's a shame. So the strat is, you always do the same things at the start of the stage. The platforming session is pretty easy and consistent. Then before you enter Galaxy Capsule, you are looking at the background, and at the right moment you're just entering the capsule, and you should get the best pattern, but I think Jak was a bit early. Okay, and that was the best black pattern, so that's a nice consolation prize. Okay, Tornado. Oh, that's a pretty shit pattern. And yeah, that was. You can see what Tornado can do, but fortunately he is dead. Okay, Magma is a pretty weird refight, just because you don't have enough ammo to kill him with Tornado, so Jak will finish him with his own weapon, Mega Man Freestyle, and he will have Magma Bazooka just for the Hornet fight, which is cool. Okay, again a bit tricky fight. Okay, that was still really good. Now, dual refight, and if you remember, Jak got 5 hits with his first bomb in the stage, and now he will go for the same thing, and he got it. And it's not an easy strat here, and it's a pretty new strat, and Slarpy developed this strat because it was considered TAS only, but with some tricky placement of first Black Hole Bomb, you can actually get 5 hits on Jewel Man there as well. But yeah, it's a bit tough. And now Concrete Refight left. He will now use Trident, so it will be much quicker. And Jak will be off to Wily Machine and Capsule. And the fights are pretty tough in the speedrun, and in casual playthrough they are impossible in my opinion. So the first machine is really weird. You just shoot back those eggs into into freaking mouth of this machine. Okay, Jak got early hit on machine 2. It's not an easy thing to do. Oh. Okay, so Jak went for some really hard strat there. Double hits on this machine. It's not easy again. I feel like a lot of stuff in this speedrun are not easy. So Jak will just finish machine 2 with Magma. And now the capsule. Jak will get an early hit. Okay, he missed. He will not get an early hit. And oh, great. Okay. 5 hits. Okay. And okay. So Capsule is a crazy random boss. He can appear on 4 different heights and then 5 different. Okay, and it's done. Okay, that capsule was pretty good. I didn't even have time to talk about it. So GG Jak, a deathless Mega Man 9 run. And a 33 in the live marathon run is not a joke. It's better what I got. And I have a world record apparently. So GG Jak. That was a